Good, and I love the Zoots. Apparently not hourly to the stream. Congrats. Was it school or work keeping you awake? How dare you not be at the stream, by the way, for, you know, the entire time. It's unbelievable. Or the rogue third option. Oh. So that's an excuse to see it like that attitude. Okay, let's see how the daily Sanyo experience goes. Yeah. It's over for me. It's Sanyo over. Ooh. I just thought I was sort of the left eye. That first spell is such a something. I don't know if I'd go quite that far. Oh, what? Why? Her spell is learnable. Suwako canonically fuck. Yep. Very true. Know that Kunai is related to her at some point. Not exactly sure how distant, but she is, so. Chiari smells like. Isn't Chiari chilling in hell? Lizard. Giant lizard. I don't think she smells pleasant. I think Chiari probably smells pretty unpleasant. I mean, just look at her. She's definitely not someone who's particularly up on her period. I could have thought of an egg. No, because Suwako's not actually a frog. Right? She just, like, her thing is she just really likes frogs. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if I was gonna go that far, but... But Chiari looks like a fella who hasn't showered for 3 days, at least. But that's the thing. Suwako can't be in the egg. I love how low she is. Suwako can't be part of the Egg Institute because she's not a frog. She just really likes frogs. So that's why she wears all the frog stuff. It's nothing to do with her actually being a frog. Which is one of the funniest parts of Touhou, in my opinion. Because, like, the thing about the first spell, about Sanyo's first spell, is it's not non-2. So it's like, if the first spell is bullshit, which I don't believe it is. We got also Master Blacksmith. I mean, to be fair, I don't know if we need to put the term Master in front of it, but yeah, she is a blacksmith. And most importantly, she cannot make people cry. And it makes her cry because she's incompetent at her job. She has one thing to do, scare humans. What can she not do? Scare humans. Son of a beach! But remember, Dune said that if he would reincarnate as a Touhou character, not Rinosuke, he picked Kogasa. Ooh! There is a lot of volatility in the first non, especially non 2. There's so much randomness. But there's always a way around it. Even if it's stupid. Oops. Although her second spell is not Luck of the Draw. Her second spell is actually fairly tame. It's just sometimes I'm just not reading ahead enough. The Acute Crew condition. You didn't get her a kill? Unbelievable. How are you supposed to... How can you not fulfill Aku's Bloodthirst? Damn sick read there. Remember how you just stand in a random flower patch? Skill issue. You get her a kill. Okay. Hello, Hubs. That's the 18 going. It's going. We're moving up. It's a grind. Is it a grind? But to be fair, all of Touhou is a grind. But it's been going well. We've been making good progress. Wait, don't kill the second one. Well, I was going to say, this is why I also don't support usually playing games at 100% blind. The amount of games that love to hide just the most random things. Eh. I'm interested to see how Try is gonna be when it drops. Ooh, I should have that. Rumia is so good in the first arc because they're in laser resistance, and there being a ton of books that like only shoot lasers. Actually, fun. Oh, you get that as well. The problem with Rumia in Fantasy Maid Wars isn't that Rumia is bad, it's just there's too many units to choose from. But I'm super interested in Try, because the thing is, there's not going to be access to that much information. Shit. So close. Now, at the same time, there is going to probably be a number of people wanting to come in here to immediately tell me every single meta strat and everything, which I'm not that interested in, but... Can't wait. Now, the unfortunate reality is it's a sucky time to have a coworker retire, because the retire party's next week. It's on Thursday, so I may not be able to stream on Thursday. So no Labby on Thursday, maybe. Game knowing there's nothing you can look up. I mean, the advantage of Labby is the fact that I'm fairly confident in 3Pace's ability to not hide things that well, but or to not like hide things super in depth. But at the end of the day, then it's just like, oh, you go through a game, and then next thing you know, you come back and you see something in the game. It's like, oh, I just missed a complete massive gameplay aspect of the game or something. I just missed some crucial part of the game because, oops, no information. My favorite thing. Oh, it was like, that's the thing about FMW. I don't need to know everything. But I want to know the, but like I want to know the secrets in that. Oh boy, have either Aku get a kill or have her stand some random flower patch. Not that the game's gonna fucking tell you either of these things. And now, if it's something like, oh, you just miss like a small cutscene, like the fucking Renault skate wins in the hot spring, that's fine. But if you completely like are locked out of a character because of it, it's one of those things I'm like, that's just only Renault. Yeah, but you still have to get it on the Marissa route. You have to get her a kill, and the game doesn't tell you to get her a kill in any sense. You just and you won't even know until 45 chapters later whether you did it right or not. Like whether you're rewarded for this or not. Yo, what up, Game Butcher? That's the other thing. Like, it's not like something happens, you're like, oh shit, maybe I'll go back 2 chapters to do something. No, it's like 45 fucking chapters. CPT, you're the one who decided to play on the hardest difficulty in a game where the people who are well acquainted with, or fairly acquainted with the game, told you don't play on the hardest fucking difficulty. It's not a well-designed difficulty for fair gameplay, in the slightest. Like CPT games, but you have to be in the mood. What are you, at bottom? Oop. The guy in Espud, unbelievable. Dies the goat. As far as games go, yes, that's true. Because we all know you like your women as feeble as possible. Oops, don't mean to kill that guy. Don't kill the second dude. Whoopsie woodly doo. Oh, don't kill the second dude. What did I literally just do? Not that last one. That's why you can only practice the same thing so much in a row, because then you just lose the concentration. With your spreadsheet at least once. I was on mobile when you sent it to me. I went to open it up and it was like, you need to ask for permission to access this spreadsheet. You don't have permission for it, you need to ask for permission. I was like, fuck it, I'll do it when I get home. And then I never did it when I get home. So, I never got to look at the spreadsheet. Because you never gave permission to look at the spreadsheet, so GG. Go next. What did I do? Your house is weird when you're the one who made it. Oh, it's so weird how this Google spreadsheet I made had the settings that I gave it. That's bizarre. Oh, it's so weird. This femboy twink is in my bed. It's so weird. I don't know how he got there. Touching settings. Yeah, things are normally when you share things, it's private by default. Do not let anyone touch them. So that people can't just show up and start messing with things. You have to give viewer access directly, usually. That's why I usually just set it to anyone with access to the link can view. Every time I share Google related thing. Oh, I've got to lock in. No, damn it! Oh, that's the furthest I'd gotten on this stage. Hi, Doge. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. I'm just slowly trying to get better at this game and its various brutal aspects to it. But hope you're doing well. Hope your stream went well. Appreciate you showing up. That is the furthest though that I've made it on the stage from start to finish. So we're getting there. It's the first time I've made past Jimbo. Mobile. You just like never like at home. Is that just how it works, Game Glitcher? You're just never at home, never at your computer? That was like phenomenal green and killing. I was like, if I don't survive that, that one's on me. Like, that's like the most green yin-yangs you're ever gonna kill as Reimu. With how that start went. Why did I do that to myself? Hey, this is like busy during streams too. I don't know your usual schedule. I don't know, people show up when they do, and they leave when they do. I don't have a fucking Google spreadsheet where I keep track of everyone's usual activity times. You know, mine is because I say mine, and I make a schedule around my times. Crazy, huh? Oh, speaking of my schedules, any bad gameplay today, I'm gonna blame on sleep. So, like, I went to bed, like, a little late last night. Like, I went to bed, like, 20 minutes late. Okay, 23 minutes late. And, like, that's not great, but, like, it's not that bad. But then, so I go to bed, I wake up, look at the clock. Normally I wake up at 6:30, at 6:20 actually is what my alarm's set for. I wake up, not to my alarm, I look at the clock, 4:30. I'm like fucking bitch. So it was not a good sleep night. Don't string Labby try. No, you're gonna be helping out. You're gonna be helping with the builds. You're gonna get so addicted to Labby. You're gonna start putting in work. Okay, I gotta take a break from this stage. I have really good. Let's do some suffocation because this is the thing I need to actually practice. Oh my gosh, I have the devil in my history. This is unbelievable. Call Kwakuma. It just gets worse! Passes the gem. Fine. Honestly, this was a decent spell though, like, right, to put you a timeout anyway. Oops, turn down my headset volume. Give me smell. What the fuck am I on about? Give me smell 1 over this every day. There's a cap of the increase in the smaller balls. Yeah, the length of the spell. Oop. Fuck you. That's true. I wonder if it does. You know, they could cap out at a certain time. Well, you'd have to count each wave, and then every time it goes through the wave. So you'd have to wait till I like get a timeout of it, and then go back and like count each individual wave. See if it increases. So watch it like increase randomly at some point. Like goes up, it's like 25 balls per wave, and then next wave for no reason is like 22, and then it goes back up to like 28. Like no reason, one is just like a little less than the others. Oop. Right, if you're not doing it again, then immediately it might if you get curious. I like how you immediately contradict yourself. Exposing your true colors. That you're a liar. Spreading misinformation on the internet. Unbelievable. Oh, close. Not good positioning for if I want to actually be dealing damage, but... Fuck you! Very cool have destroyed your perception of fairness. Seems like a skill issue to me. Spell's harder. This or the other bounces on. The other one's harder long term. This one's hard to get into, in my opinion. Probably because I'm partly used to the first one. I currently struggle with this one more than the first one, but it is probably easier. And by probably, I mean, I don't think it's probably. I think it is like 95%. Like, it definitely, this is easier. Oop. You hear Great Fairy War Golds is what destroyed your perception of fairness. You're the one who's trying to do Marissa A. USD LNN. That didn't do anything for you in that regard? Try myself. Secret safe spot if you pick over feet. Problem is, the dodging on this attack is notably different than the first one as well. Again, I'm just like way more familiar with the first spell. Oop. USD still firmly than the Earth League by comparison. I mean, sure, by comparison. I don't think if, as long as you're not comparing it to just like Great Fairy War Gold, I don't think there's a single way that anyone could argue possibly that Marissa A, USD, LNN is firmly grounded on the Earth. Actually, even in comparison, I don't think you could argue that either. Now that I think about it. Oh, I backed out. I keep getting down to 10 seconds. Actually, I keep getting down to like 9 seconds. These big balls immune to bombs? Does appear so. Why? Don't ask me. I'm not zooming. I didn't make the spell. It's also peculiar because the big balls don't last as long as the small ones on the screen. Like, the early game of the spell is, like, fine, and then the late game of the spell is just... It just reaches a culmination. That was 6 seconds, Nathan. Yeah, well, the thing is that, like, the balls they just go, like, to the side, right? Like, some of the balls go straight down, and then those go off the screen, but, like, the ones that just keep bouncing left and right, and that they can linger for so long... Dude, the timer! I hate you, timer! The timer puts on so much pressure. I hate it. Down to 3 seconds, though. That's pretty good. Did you count that last wave? Did you count that last wave? How many balls she shot? Gonna mess up my gameplay with the first spell. It's never been more. Misamara over. Damn. Sick line. I fucking hate you. Literally, like, less than a second left. You bastard. Why are you like this, Misamaru? Why could you just let me have it? Just let me have the timeout so I don't have to do it again. Ooh, bad line. Johnson 4 times. I mean, it makes sense. Look at the upper angle. Because, like, some of the orbs are, like, starting to bounce, like, up-ish. Right? Well, I guess how long do they linger on the screen once they go up? Also, why are you staring at her balls bouncing around so much? Kind of weird. Bad line. Oop. You're throwing off the tracking. Might be. Ooh, I go. Also, anybody love it when it's cold outside? Because, oh boy, is it cold. I love looking at my phone and it being like, hey, you have a extreme cold warning. Yeah, what about tomorrow, though, when the high is literally 5 below? -5. It's the high. That's the high tomorrow. That's Fahrenheit to all you Celsius users. That's -20. I think that. Yeah, I think that's -20-ish. So, yippee-ki-yay! The rare winter day where like public schools are closed for the day, but not because of snow, because it's just the cold. Chilly, yeah, just a little chilly. Like, we literally set up this week at work to have almost everything like delivered by today, so that tomorrow the few stops we can do, we can just do on the van, so we don't have to have any of the big trucks out tomorrow. Because that's a recipe for disaster. We're just doing deliveries to the vans tomorrow, fortunately. Releases. I almost got released, but my balls were not allowed to release. Just another day of edging SMH. Foreign Dragoon, Forced to Edge. Unbelievable. It's not like it's gonna get like super better for practice, because like I think I've already peaked. And now my brain is stalling out. Turn up. You can only stare at her just big, bouncy balls swaying back and forth for so long before your brain just kind of like gives up. I trap myself on the wall. Don't trap yourself on the wall. Bad idea. What do you think the gray ball tastes like? Like the blackish, like gray one? Thank you for the clown butt, I appreciate it. Also, here's a question. So the yellow one, right? Do you think it's... Are you of the mindset of it's lemon or banana? Dude, this... I will judge you harshly as a human, depending on your answer. Probably don't taste like rocks. No, they all have flavor depending on the color. Okay, lemon. That's one lemon. I'm not gonna say good or negative until I get some more answers. Looks more banana than lemon. Is that even true? Haven missed one, the lemon. Okay, the correct answer is obviously lemon. If you have something that's yellow and you give it banana flavor and not lemon flavor, you should be put down in Minecraft. Like, I'm sorry, Laffy Taffy, but whoever decided, we need banana flavor instead of, like, a lemon, just the worst decision known to man. So what are we doing? Like, banana flavor. Get this guy out of chat. Unbelievable. Banana flavored things are, like, the worst. I like bananas, by the way, too. Now, before you start, yes, I know that, like, the banana flavor is different than actual bananas, because the whole thing. I know that whole lore. But, like, I like bananas. Bananas are a very solid A to B tier fruit. But the flavor, like, if you put the flavor and candy on something, like, what is wrong with you? Like, specifically, you put that, you decide, yeah, let's do banana instead of lemon. Let's do a disgusting flavor instead of a very solid ranking one. Like, what are we doing here? Okay, I gotta stop. You only have too much time. It's artificial flavor. Blue Raz is goated. It's just a real shame that you just don't come across artificial blueberry though, because blueberry is better flavored. It depends on what it is. Like, there are certain things where, like, I definitely answer blue rat. But there are certain things where I'd answer, like, orange. Orange before to practice. That's what you sound like right now. Oops. I'm throwing. Dude, I go do runs and then 15 minutes later, you're like, go do some practice. I'm tired of Mickey. got past Mickey? Yeah, but that required me to get past her. And then get past her, and then I don't get past Akane. You're like, go do something else. I'm tired of seeking Akane. Yo, look at that. Look at the way that Reimu's hips are swaying. I got killed by that. I'm too busy staring at Reimu's curvaceous hips. You can practice Mickey, you would be stuck on Mickey. No, practicing Mickey doesn't have much to do with... Me being stuck at Mickey does not have to do with lack of practice, it's just lack of concentration on stage 1. And the fact that Mickey finals kind of gross at times, they can be a little cringe. Okay, I'm not in the way of one of those red bullets. Hardest part of the game right here, by the way. Plus, what happens on a good run? Let's say I get a good actual run that happens. I get to Sanyo non 1. Maybe I get to Sanyo spell 1 and then I die. Hate you. Oh, not extra. Kane's attacks without misdirect? What do you mean Kane's attacks without misdirect? There's only like one of her attacks you misdirect. I guess 2, you kinda do. No, not really. Only one of them. Only what? Only Akane find Tsukasa? You get really good if you do Tsukasa attacks with it. I perfected Sanyo. Clearly, she's easy. So true. Okay, guys, look, it's a boss you don't see that often. Isn't this exciting? Pog, remember what Twitch took from you. Because he disagreed with them politically, and he said some, like, mean stuff. He was mean to one guy once, so just remember that. Actually, yeah, why do that when you have that Pog? So fake. It's even better than what you did, or than any other pod. You're supposed to angle yourself over there. Okay, you know what? Fine, let's go down to stage 1. Or to stage 2, or to the Sanyo seat. Oops. Get pace past Misumaru. It would be insane if I got a pace past Sanyo. He's Debbie down. Excuse me, that's it. No, I'm looking at the context of the run, and I'm understanding that at some point I will get a run past Misumaru, but that will probably be on the latter half of that will probably be on the latter quarter of gameplay because of how the game is set up difficulty-wise. Like, in all honesty, this game is actually, like, its early game is, of course, notably different. But its late game, honestly, is fairly similar to Mountain of Faith, in that if the day comes where I get a pace past Misumaru, that's one of those, oh shit, you got locked in. Okay, similar to Aya. Like the run is like a real run the moment you're past Aya. You're like, oh shit, this is actually like on something. You blow it to Sinai, dude. I blow it to Sinai all the time, dude. Oh my goodness. Megamu. Well, Megamu is harder than Sinai. It's the good news. For this, well, bad news, I guess. So it's a lot easier to blow it to Megamu, or the stage as well. Like, the stage is definitely harder than Sinai's stage. Although, it's not like this stage 5 is that bad. The advantage this game has, the fact that Kamada's not too bad once you get good. Unfortunately, I'm nowhere near learned up on her. Although I'm getting there. Slowly. Ooh, I didn't bait. Okay, what do we do? What are we doing here, Michael? Holy shit. We should do a run through the Touhou girls and rank them as top or bottom. Rainbow just waved a lazy pointer around his track Vicky. She's stupid. I mean, Rainbow might be stupid. That's like a completely separate like issue. Like how Game Glitcher gets on people and they talk about a weird conversation, then immediately, let's talk about tops or bottoms. It's unbelievable. So Rainbow top or okay, Rainbow. Rainbow's too lazy to be a top. Like, I lean towards that, but she's kind of just too lazy. Maybe she was drunk enough. I'll lean towards top, but I'm not, like, confident with that. Okay, next on the list is What's-Her-Face. So she broke into she's a top. Yeah, but like very reluctantly. The only reason she does it for incidents is because she like has to, or else Yukari will yell at her and she doesn't want to get yelled at by Yukari, so she's like, I guess. Again, she might be too lazy to be a top. But I'm gonna lean towards that. No, versus not next. Next is, what is it called? Who's that boss? Oh, shit, why can't I remember it? Papa Dance will tell me the answer that I'm looking for. Two rolls out of the way. No, we go through in order. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right. Who is it? It's Shingyoku. Yeah, right. Shingyoku, then Yugen Magon, Ellis, and Serial. I mean, Shingyoku's definitely a switch if we allow that as an answer. Because of just how you can switch phases like that. Switch forms. Yugen Magon. definitely a top, dude. Have you seen those eyes, dude? Literally giving you the eye. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And that you don't think Magan could be anything. Have you seen the way those eyes are looking at you? Like, holy moly, bro. It's the dick. You don't have to be you don't have to have a dick to be a top. Hello? If that was the answer, every Touhou girl would be a bottom then. Where's the hole? That's a separate issue. Okay, so now that Magan has been decided, Ellis. I mean, vampire, she's gotta be top. Like, just like limited information. You'll piece of 98, so limited. Gotta be a top. You're just going off of base assumption. Cereal? That's where I need Cinnamon to be here. I'm gonna lean bottom, reluctantly. Okay, then on the other line we got Mima. Ooh, Mima. Mima's an interesting question. What are your thoughts on Mima top to bottom? By the way, Switch is not an answer. Switch, it will never count as an answer. Because the answer is, if it comes to Switch, is you say they're 51% top. They'll lean one way or the other. You got it. You can't just answer Switch. It's the boring answer. There are a few special customers. Like Mima's a top. I'll allow that one through. Sure. Who's next? Oh, Kicker. The giant golden mirror girl. I mean, I feel like it's hard for her to be a top, because I don't know if she can, like, really do much, like, action, like outside action of her own. But she can't really, like, move and do that, so I feel like that's gotta be a bottom. Kanagara, top. I don't think there's a question here. Okay, you shouldn't Wonderland. Ooh, Rika. Ooh, got Beam's Tail. I'm gonna lean towards bottom. I'm gonna lean like 60% bottom on Rika. Not gonna lie. Like when you're building tanks to like do the work. Well, maybe she's topping Evil Eye Sigma though. Ooh, I could be convinced of that. Okay, I'm going 70-30 top on Rika. Scooter, you joined at a bad time. Yes, we are top. Yes, Game Glitcher brought up the conversation of bottom top those, so I'm going through all of them. Oh shit, I killed her. Oops. Okay, that's Rika. Who's the second boss? Oh yeah, Mayra. Go for Rika. What do you mean, oh, for Rika? She's in Touhou too! Oops, this is improper, by the way. Don't do what I just did. This is not great yet. It's homophobic, so true. Maybe I'm gonna lean like 60-40 bottom. I think she's kind of middle of the road. It doesn't lean heavily either side. I'm gonna lean more bottom than top, not by a large margin. Ooh, what about the stones? What about the 5 stones, Game Glitcher? What are your thoughts about that? My favorite Touhou character. You see any characters you care about? Mima, Shinky, and Al. Hello? What about Marissa and Reimu? Hello? That's so good. Next is Marissa. So now we can get the Marissa discussion. Care about the PC98 versions? No, it's their full versions. Like you can't just say we're gonna do all the characters and then not do all the characters. Listen, we gotta pass the time till Labby tries somehow. Anyway, so Marissa. I don't know, I'm wavering a bit. What am I talking about? I gotta go like 80% top. Everything top could be dominated. Yeah, I'm leaning like 80%. Like Marissa is such an initiative taker. Like I think of like compared to most characters up till now, like she's absolutely initiative. Like she takes it on herself to like to do like even more than Raven. Like I said, like I was headed on the Raven one, but like I feel like Marissa is definitely heavy that way. Mima, we already talked about Mima. Evil Eye Sigma, the goat. Who's next? I guess Pod doesn't have a specific order, so... Mima. Anna? We gotta talk about Mima, because Mima appears in Touhou 1, and the consensus was people saying 100% top, and then moved on. Oh, I hate you. Anyway, Kana, I'm gonna lean like 80% bottom. 70 to 80%. Kotohime. I mean, she's a policewoman. You overread this square. No, you're gonna want to be there for Lotus Lane as well, though. Kotohime, I'm gonna go like 60-40 top. Yeah, no, 70-30, 70-30. Okay, she's too brutal. Rikako? %60 bot, 60-70% bottom. Maybe we could go towards 50-50. I'm gonna lean to like 60-70% bot. Hello, Bitnut. Join for a good conversation. Who's next? Okay, Chiuri? I mean, looking at what, like, Yumemi, like, how Yumemi bullies Chiuri, you're gonna tell me that Chiuri's not gonna be a bottom? Like, I'm not gonna believe that if you try to tell me otherwise. Like, Chiuri bottom, Yumemi top, not gonna go any further about that. Is there someone I missed? Ellen. I missed Ellen. Ellen, I'm kind of 50-50. I'm gonna go, like, 55% bottom, but, like, that's barely it. Like, Ellen's kind of still middle of the board. Orange. I mean, orange is just like 50-50. There's the possible to say much there. Who's next? Ellie? Was Ellie stage 3? No, Ellie's the stage 3 boss, right? Who's the stage 2 boss of Lotus Flame? Karumi! Right. Karumi. Ooh, I could go either way here. Don't want to forget my goat Karumi. Why are you so low, Mickey? I don't like this. I don't know. I'm so torn on Karumi. Like, normal with the vampires, I'm, like, inclined to agree top, but... I'm gonna go, like, 55% top. I talked myself out of it. So, I hate you. Okay, Ellie... 70%, 70-80% bottom. I don't think we're... Okay. Especially when we're talking about Yuka being involved here, okay? Woo-wee. Any shippers, am I right? Stage 4 is Rainbow and Marissa again. We already talked about them. Stage 5 is Yuka and Stage 6 is Yuka. So, Yuka, I mean, I don't think there's much discussion with Yuka. If anyone wants to disagree with 100% top, or like 95 to 100% top, then, you know, I'll hear you out, but I don't think I'm gonna agree with anything else. We're talking about Yuka. So I just don't think there's a whole lot of wiggle room here. Who's next? Oh, Mugetsu and Gengetsu. Right. Don't want to forget about them. You get this favorite a girl with lust is so true. Megetsu, 60% bottom. Gengetsu, 90% top. My answer, I'm sticking with it. You can't convince me otherwise. You could. Probably not, but you could. So there's like Stephanie Yuka. I've seen a number of people. I've seen too many people who are like that. Like, that's nothing new. Bam, bam, bam. Ba-bum-bum. Who's next? You just lack creativity, Game Witcher. What can I say? Who's it? Sarah? Right, Sarah. There's a guard. Let's go, 60-70% bottom. Luis? I'm gonna go probably about the same, 60-70% bottom. Probably like a little bit more toppy than Sarah, but not by a large margin. Who's next? Who's stage 3? Alice. Ooh, we got Alice. Okay, I mean, Alice has gotta be like 80% bottom, I feel, right? Like 80-90%. Yeah, I gotta go that way with Alice. Like, I can't. It's gonna be hard. No, Alice has both. Like this is as a whole. Like, Alice's entirety of its character. Okay. Although, to be fair, if you want to talk about Alice in her entirety, she doesn't exist anymore, according to Zoom, because, God forbid he ever uses Alice again. But, like, I'm just looking about the common dynamics. Let's look at the common pairings. Okay? Let's look at the common pairings with Alice, and just look at the dynamics between them, and tell me that Alice is not 80% bottom. You can't. You can't convince me otherwise. You could. Yeah, you probably could, but you're not going to. Who's next? Who's stage 4? Mystic Square, stage 4. Yuki and Mai. Yuki, 100% bottom. Mai, 100% top. Easy answer. Okay, maybe not 100%, but those directions. Third serve when she wants to, like, threaten to kill the fairy. Like, oh, like I said, I think Alice, like, that's why I only went like 80%. Like, Alice is not 100% bottom, but she's like 80%. Like, come on, bro. It's definitely bottom, but a very opportunistic one. I don't agree with it, but I'll accept it as an answer because it's a good answer. Do the Touhou we're talking about who's top or bottom in the Touhou like characters. Very important conversations, as you know. I gotta do something past the time to be dying to Mickey. This game glitcher was crying about me practicing, so now I gotta die to Mickey. We got past the conversation somehow. Yumiko. Yumiko's interesting. There's a lot of answers I could see with Yumiko. I'm gonna go 65% top. Generally, yeah, I'm cooked right now, dude. At least 50% bottom because she's a servant. Yes, but she's only a servant. Like, that's the thing. She's only servant to Shinki, right? Like, that's the thing. What about switches? Yes, switches can exist, but here's the thing. If you say switch, you still, like, unless you're gonna say exactly 50-50, this is where I still say 55-60% bottom, or 55-60% top. Like, they still lean, like, you're still gonna lean generally one way or the other. And if you disagree, it's my stream, so I make the real story. So that's why I keep throwing, like, percentages in there, alright? Actually, you make the rules? Yeah, but you asked the question in my stream, so I clearly make the rules. Ha ha ha! And my rules say we can only talk about Labby Try for the next 3 days. Why does it say 3 days? Next week. How many of them are ace doesn't matter in the context of this conversation. This conversation, it doesn't ask whether or not they're gonna be a top or bottom. Like, whether or not they would engage in it, but if it happened, what they would do. That's the question. Try coming up soon. I'll be streaming Wednesday. And I will be doing the full stream of just Labby Try on Wednesday. After that, I'll be doing other stuff. Yeah, that is the other thing. You can't use Ace because then you just apply it to everyone and you move on with your day. Oh, don't tell the Tenchi and Shion fans about that one though. Any hoodly do. I'm leading like 65% top for Yumiko. Again, the Shinki dynamic is interesting. Can't watch you playing. Fair. the Shinki, the Shinki dynamic's interesting because of that, but like, if you ignore the Shinki aspect, I feel like she leans more that way. Like, got it. Certain, because Shinki's not always around, right? Unless you're saying that Yumiko is a servant to individual involved, but that's a completely side issue. Very gentle top. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Shinki, probably, like, 55-60% top. Shinki top should still be power bomb. Yeah, like Yumiko is very assertive. Like Sakyu's another reason I'm gonna go to this line, but Sakyu comes up in a little bit. But like, Shinki, I'm leaning, definitely. Like 55-60% top, like definitely leaning that way, but like again, the very gentle top, to use the word of the family. We already talked about Alice because that's extra stage. The ghost picture she made what she wanted. That's the same thing with Keiki and Mayumi, right? Oh, rest in peace, my power. Anyway, I'm gonna ignore Game Glitcher. Rumia, 89% top. I don't think there's that much discussion there. Oh, I drifted too low. Risu or Madarumi, you can talk about whatever you want. So that's the joy of Touhou. Is where Brat bottom me? I understand that answer. That's a respectable answer. I don't think I'd agree, but I understand it. Seal Rumi would be top, but Seal Rumi would be bottom. Fair. Okay, Diase, 100% bottom. I don't think there's a lot of question there. Unless you're playing Lunatic Survival mode. In which case it's 100% top. But like outside of that one thing. Outside of that one situation. Chirno. I mean, Chirno's gotta be like 70-80% top, right? Personality character that doesn't even exist. Have you seen the Touhou? Have you seen how Touhou fans are? Because she never loses. Is being a bottom mean you lose? Is that how that works? You think she's power bottom, but it's actually just bottom. That's an interesting one. Again, I don't think I'll agree, but that's one I didn't think about. Mei Ling. Is there much of a question about Mei Ling outside of power bottom? Oop! I walked at the bullet. Fairies North care about being top or bottom. No. You cannot. That's not the answer. Okay. You're telling me that Diasay and Clown Piece are the same line? I don't believe you for a second. Very chill. I don't know if she cares. That's why I'm leaning like power bottom. Like she'll go with the flow. She'll help out. She does her thing. She's not going to be assertive on it. All fairies are switches. Again, but they're going to lead directions. Anywho, do we do? Mei Ling. I don't think the Mei Ling question's got much of a difference. Sorry, this fight actually requires me to think. Sex? Whoa, you don't have to bring sex into this. We're just talking about top or bottom. You don't have to get weird. Like, come on. You don't have to make this weird. This is a perfectly normal conversation, and you have to bring that up. Kuma next. Sorry, there's a Sanyo on my screen. Hold on, I gotta think first. Sanyo, not Sanyo. Quakuma 100% top. Move on with our day. No question. There's literally nothing else to be asked. Die, please. Thank you. She would die if she was a top. You know what? That's a good point. By process of elimination, bottom. Cool. She's an assistant, though, again. I don't think I've ever seen a version of Quakuma that isn't top. Okay, she's literally a succubus. Like, hello. Like, what are we on about here? Oof. Very racist of me. Might be. Oh yeah, that's racist of me, but it's not racist of you to say all fairies are the same, huh? Okay, I see how it is. Double standards here, much. I'll suck you by your top feet. That's true. But Qua absolutely is. Anyway, Sakuya. I think Sakuya is an interesting discussion, very similar to Yumiko. She fits, I think, a similar build. Again, the maid aspect is interesting, but this is also Sakuya we're talking about. Like, I feel... Whatever she is power. Power top or power bottom. Which / top leaning. I was thinking in that line, like, I was thinking like 65% top. Like 60, 65. Oh shit, let's stop. Personally, that was my idea. Ah. Okay, I had my one good sign. Yep, now my brain. Oh. Okay, Remy and Flan. I think I can kind of do them in unison because I think they're similar. I think it's like Remy 80% top and like Flan like 90%. I think Flan is just like sort of slightly more aggressive. I was definitely leaning that way. I think Flan a little more than Remy, not by much, but like a bit, just personality-wise. But I don't think there's much to go on about with that. Letty White Rock. Ooh. I think Letty has to be as close to a switch to like the middle as you could possibly be. Like of any Touhou character. I'm gonna put Letty at like I know it's a coward's approach. I'm gonna not do this. Okay, I'm gonna go 51% bottoms, 49% top for Letty. I refuse to give a 50-50 because it's the coward's answer. To just say switch and move on with your life, so I'm gonna go 51% bottom, 49% top. Boom. I'll lean a little bit more bottom, specifically because Cheerleader. Interpret that however you want. No, because the fairies each have two strong personalities. At least a lot of them. A lot of the fairies are two strong-minded personalities, like Chirino. And the Bakos of Light and Clown Keys. Like, come on, what are we doing? What are we saying here, bro? Chen is PCB stage 2. I'm gonna lean 70% top, Chen. She's too, like, not too much, but she's too, Draft leads close speed part to your nearest military base. I don't even know how close the nearest military base is to me. That's not true. That's a complete lie. How? What do you mean, how? Chen's too eager. She's too open-minded. She's too curious. Okay, she literally leads the fucking cat village. Okay, she's literally a leader. You're telling me how am I putting her as like a bit assertive? Like, excuse me? How is this like radical? But we're talking about tops and bottoms. You versus she top. Oh, what? Huh? Bruh? Like, if you want to tell me she's a bit towards the middle and, like, maybe slightly down-leaning, sure. But, like, excuse me? Peak degeneracy. Hey, this game glitcher started the conversation. I'm not letting it fail, so we gotta go through all of it. Oop, too much. Carries her around. Ron can't even control her. She doesn't listen. Chen is not a great Shikigami because she doesn't listen. Like, hello? Like, she does her own thing. It's literally top. Thank you, 11. Good grief. God, someone has some common sense here. Don't make me link. Okay, I don't even want to know what you're linking, but... Like, I'm not gonna say she's strong top. I'm not gonna say she's 100%. But, like, I'm saying, like, 60-70% leaning that direction. Good grief. Who's next? Alice? We already did Alice. Prism. Ooh, we got 3 different with the Prism Rivers. Brat bottom. I don't want to think about the term brat bottom, but you're again, that is onto something. Let's just start in order. We got Lyrica. Brat bottom. What's to elaborate? I think it's pretty straightforward what that means. This is not the best yin-yang killing you've ever seen. No, that would be top. There's a difference. Okay, if you want to use your word, then we're looking at like Remy and Flan. Lyrica's not brat bottom. What are you talking about? Lyrica's not a brat in that regard. Like, come on, bro. You can't just learn a new term and then just start throwing on to things if you want to. But yes, Merlin definitely top. Lunasa bottom. Lyrica, you know what? Fine. I'll fucking use your terms. I'll go fucking brat bottom for Lyrica. Are you happy? I agreed with you. Actually, lunatic survival mode with the shower. Never mind. I gotta go like at least like 55% top on Lyrica. Sorry, you can't stop me. Yeah, I'll lean like 55%. Yomu. If you're telling me Yomu's anything but a bottom, like I don't know what we're looking at here. Like come on. Like I feel like that one's got to be easy. Those patterns, the dog, or like no, I'm talking about lunatic survival mode. This is not This is not like Touhou gameplay. This is a side thing. The lunatic survival mode, one of the greatest ratings of all time. Too much. But Yomu, easiest bottom, no question there. Yuyuko, I'm gonna go with the family line of gentle top. I like Yuyuko. I'm gonna go with the line of gentle top. I think that's very. Yomu's in the chair. Deep conversation. I'm glad you understand. It would be cold. Not this again, buddy. Yuyuko gentle top. We move on. Yuyuko big spoon. Ranshima. Okay, Ranshima, I lean towards bottom, but you gotta remember Mafia. I'll still lean bottom because Shikigami stuff, but like, not going all the way bottom with Ranshima. But I'm going most of the way bottom with Ranshima. Hold on. I'm sorry, I need water break. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, hold on. What happened? Hold up. Anyway, Yukari is top, right? Like, I gotta say, Yukari is top. Oh, what is this image, bro? I'm glad you censored it, at least. I appreciate the decency of doing that. Game Glitcher, don't click that link. Game Glitcher, you're not gonna like that link if you click it. Do not click it. Oh, 11 image. You can't maybe be like that. 1,000 hours in Fate. Alright, is a top, but you have sex on her terms. Doesn't that, like, partly include being a top? What? Like, Yukari's top. Like, I'm not gonna, like, lean anywhere else for that. That's not Yuko, though. You raise a good point. That is not Yuko. I don't know why you said Yuko when you posted that image, but... Anyway, we got to actually start making some more progress. So let's move on to Wriggle. Who's in that image though? I'm pretty sure that's just Chen and Ron. I didn't look too closely. There's two others. I didn't look at the image to see if there's two others. My blood sugar levels are running low, so I gotta, like, slowly build it back up. I mean, Yukari. I'm 100% believing it's Ron Shima. And you cannot convince me otherwise, bro. Like, come on. His ears? Okay, you know what? That's fair. I didn't look too deeply. If you remove a doe's headpiece, they die. Good point. Anyway, we gotta make some progress. We gotta move on to Wriggle. Would be disgusting. Maybe top. She's an insect leader. Okay, I like where your head's at. You're thinking with your brain. I'm gonna lean like 65% top. Yeah. Actually, yeah, 100%. Fate reference? I don't understand Fate references, so I'm just gonna pretend it's a perfectly innocent thing and move on with my life. Mystia. Mystia's a deceptive bottom. Well... I need my blood sugar to recuperate. Never know with Misty, it's all dark. 80% behind your opinion. Someone's been playing too much Misty Zakaya. Which is base, by the way. Jimbo might go. Oh, don't go too high. Fuck! I went up too much! Son of a bitch! Alright, the fucking last second, too. Damn, that got my heart rate going. He goes full top during full moon for Kaine. True. True. That's only like once a month. What about every other day? Every other day she's a bottom to Moko, right? So I'm gonna lean bottom. Not like strongly, but I'm gonna lean bottom for Kaine. We'll get this stage one of these times. These days, which again, Marissa Rain, we've already covered them. Hey. I like someone could say the word brat bottom, but I don't see a world in which we're not putting Tay like 100% top. Like, the only other way you could convince me is if you said brat bottom, but, like, I don't think I'd agree with that. Okay, you know what? I could be convinced. I can be convinced. It was made for correction. White bottom ass. I know, I just... She even willing. Is it Aaron's servant? Is she Aaron's servant, though? Is that how that... Is that dynamic? I think the two are just, like, business partners. They work together. Because it's coinciding for both of them. Oh, you're talking about Racing. Oh, yeah, Racing instant bottom. You're right, you're right. Isn't Racing a war vet? No, she ran away from the war. So, I mean, technically, yes, but... Yeah, too many of them lived. Listen, I thought you were talking about Tay, not you said Racing though. So yeah, my bad. I thought you were talking about a different character. He's so funny, but Kaguya and Moko as both full tops. I don't think I would go Moko full top, but I'd go close. But like I'd go top for Moko, and I don't think I'd go full for either of them, but I'd lean that way for both of them. Also, I'm sorry, but I'm not a Moko and Kaguya shipper. Although I'm not much of a Touhou shipper in general, but... Aaron is top. Aaron's a gentle top. She's a big spoon. I love just saying words and pretending they have meaning. Ooh, I killed too many of them. Shipping. Uh-oh, what now? Ooh. You've seen so much flan Koishi today for some ungodly reason. Hey, I mean, the meme I posted in Discord was actually Remy and Satori. Not that that's actually, like, much of a shipping meme. That's just a really funny meme. Listen, it's because according to the at least like certain parts of the fandom, they're very similar characters. No, it's because if you want to engage to the, I mean maybe there is some of that, but if you want to engage to the heart-throbbing core, like they're both very similar if you interpret them in that regard. Not that I agree with the ship. I'm just saying. I'm just talking about its existence. Oh, so it was so good too until that last second. Ah. Oop, that's a bullet. Okay. What is it? What's the next fucking game? What's the night called? Phantasmagoria of fucking Flower View. Komachi. I mean, if you're telling me that Komachi is not a starfish, then, like... I'll talk about the foot characters eventually, maybe, probably. Well, let's just go in game order for now. Hell's starfish? You never heard this term starfish before? Starfish is someone who lays there and does nothing. Like you're starfishing. You just lay like a starfish and then that's that. Damn, I'm so cool. Holy moly. It's called deadfish? I've never heard that term, but I mean, it probably applies to a very similar thing. Oh, this code getting this harder. Flatfish. Apparently, people love making references to sex and fish. Anyway, like I said, Komachi, like, I don't think there's any question about Komachi bottom. Or Komachi starfish bottom. Like, just would be, like, the one who does nothing. Eiki's definitely top. Get medicine equal? I'll get medicine. I just started with Komachi because she was the first one that come to mind. Oops, you're not supposed to kill all these guys. I'm a foolish fool to cook. Anyway, medicine is... I mean, medicine's gotta be leaning towards top. I don't think I'd go bottom. I go leaning top. Fine, let's hit the book characters so you guys can shut up. Okay, fucking fine. Yorihime, top. Koyohime, I'll lean like middle / slightly bottom. Yeah. Honestly, maybe the Pale Princess turn, but I'll lean just a little bit bottom. Renosuke, Giga Chad, he doesn't have sex. Akyu, 75% bottom. Tokiko, Bird, Tokiko's like 90% bottom. Kosasi, 55%, 55-60% top. Who else we got as appearing book exclusive? I guess Aya first appeared in the book. Let's talk about Aya, because she's also POFD. I mean, you're telling me Aya's not like a top. Like, I don't know how, like, I'm not gonna say like that top is, because Sen is not next. Hello? Is Kasen the next fucking character on the list? I don't think so. Holy shit, can we fire Game Glitcher? Holy moly. He's just jumping the gun. It's Fortune Teller. Fortune Teller's dead. He was in a book first. Compared to who, huh? The Triple Bakas? Who's out first, Kasen or the Triple Baka? Because those are the next characters. Because she was not out. Like, maybe Kosuzu. I don't know when Kosuzu for sure originated. But she was not out before Aya. She was not out before, I don't think she was out before Akyu. I don't actually know that for a fact. She was not out for Renosuke. Ooh, okay. Maribel Renko. Hold up, we forgot about them. Do we just say they're both 50-50 switch and move on? Is that the right answer? This thing is a brat top. Why am I up here still? We skip so we can. Oh my gosh, we can go one at a time. Falling apart. It's because you guys keep just bringing up random other characters. We go through things, okay? Yorihime, we did Yorihime. Check. Toyohime, Toyohime, check. Oh yeah, Moon Racing. Let's go hit Moon Racing. Let's just get the book characters out of the way first, okay? The book originating characters. Okay, Moon Racing, bottom. Ooh, I don't think there's super question there. Akyu, I already said leaning bottom. Kosuzu, I said like slight top, like 55-60%. Okay, boom, those two. Renosuke, I already said Renosuke's Giga Chat, he doesn't have sex. And if he did, bottom. Who's next? Okay, Aya. Let's talk about Aya. Oh, we already talked about Aya. Aya top. Boom. Fine, let's talk about Cassette. We'll hit Suika after we do the book characters. We'll hit Suika after the book characters. Kusen is the, what's the term? What's the term that I'm trying to think of? Kusen is the bottom that's just condescending the entire time. She's just yelling at you that you're not doing a good enough job. Good grief, it's already been 2 hours. I'm gonna move to like a fancy main list soon. Oh. Yeah, let's do like a couple mega moves and then I'll call it. That's this conversation tomorrow. No, we're moving. I'm still continuing it. Okay, tomorrow who knows what I'm gonna be talking about. We can move on, though. It's a horrible take on Rumia. What's your take on Rumia 11? You're here. I'll let you give your opinion. I said I gave her, I leaned a lot top for Rumia. So you used to lost Rage Bag with him. I know. I had to get used to this after starting this game because of the Lost Branch theme. I'm way more used to that than this. I've definitely heard it way more times than this. A better climax? Yeah, you'd like the better climax, wouldn't you? You sicko. I love being aggressive. I love being unnecessarily hostile for no reason. Non-who's literally free? Hold up. Oh, is there another bot? Oh, it's automatically blocked by default. Weird. Oh. I just saw the meme I posted earlier. I love that one. So you can ban 11, you're right. The promise 2.500. What do you mean by that? What's that a reference to? Pretty colors! Speaking of which, I was thinking I was gonna change the Discord link and then change my command for it slightly, not the command, but my pop-up for it slightly on Twitch, but I haven't actually done that yet. It's a lot of work to go to your way to do that. I'll hit up at some point, probably in a day or two. Hope. Hitbox moment. Oh, I moved up too early! It's over for me. I'm cooked. Okay, we'll move on for now. Good day. Great day, though, actually.